Justin Trudeau took over, Canada was rich, affordable, and safe. And he promised that if he had a big government that took more power and more money, he would change everything. And boy, did he ever. Boy, did he ever. That is the only promise that he kept. Wars in Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, and yes, Ukraine. Funny how when Stephen Harper was Prime Minister, none of those wars caused inflation in Canada, right?
Julian, do you have anyone of that name in the garrison?
Well, no, sir.
You sound very sure. Have you checked?
Well, no, sir. I think it's a joke, sir.
What's funny about Bigus Dickus?
Well, it's a joke name, sir.
I have a very great friend in Rome called Bigus Dickus. He has a wife, you know. You know what she's called? She's called Incontinentia. Incontinentia buttocks.
Balancing the budget to keep inflation and interest rates low was the unanimous policy of all the major political parties at all levels of government for 30 years, right up to the radical departure under Mr. Budget's Balance themselves. Now in Toronto to save up for a down payment. Do you remember when you used to pay off the entire mortgage in 25 years? Some families have to stretch their mortgage out 90 years now, which means that they will have to live to be 120 to ever be mortgage free. Under Trudeau, Canadian homes cost over 50% more than US homes, and you can now buy a castle in Sweden for a lower price than a 2-bedroom in Kitchener. And just to end the suspense, the budget has not balanced itself. For transit stations, cities will be required to permit new high-rise apartments all around future transit stations that are funded by the federal government so that our seniors and our students can live right next to the bus and train. And I will sell off 6,000 federal buildings and thousands of acres of federal land. Oh, it just warms my heart to think of the beautiful family rolling up in their U-Haul to their wonderful new home in the former headquarters of the CBC.
What am I, invisible? I'll take that. I think she likes me.
By the way, my daughter keeps heckling me over there. She does this at home all the time. She's preparing to be a member of parliament. So, history, erasing it from our passports. Our great military triumphs, gone. The famous 5, who secured women's rights, gone. Even Terry Fox had to go. Why? Because there can be no heroes but him. So he replaced these images in our passport with an image of himself swimming as a boy at Harrington Lake and pictures of snowflakes in honor of members of his Liberal cabinet. What is worse than what Justin Trudeau thinks about Canada, it's what he thinks of Canadians. He calls them small, fringe, and angry. recently in Charlottetown, he said everybody needs to stop picking on him because, quote, it's a really tough time to be a politician. Does anybody have a violin? You know, it's funny. It's funny, a couple of IT workers, as a gag, decided to see if they could design the ArriveCan app from scratch. And they managed to do it in a weekend, and it didn't cost $54 million. My suggestion is that they send that app to Trudeau and call it the ResignCan app.